Right, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18. And it said, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Bahasham Rachach Badash. Peace and blessings to the elect, the listen, learning, the Yakin Walk Wath Yum. And double honors. Slakia. Let me fix this real quick. And double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone and the elder bishops, and much respect to the mighty Gabar in the house and hedges, bidding Yashral to the marriage, and to the Gabar making videos of edification, wake up the lost sheep, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad that beat unto the speckled bird. So there's something to the spirit power Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We seeing the tides are turning, power is being transferred over, and what I mean is the power of the wicked is diminishing, the stronghold of the wicked is slowly diminishing, and being transferred over to the righteous. 2nd Ezra 69, for Esau is the end of the world meaning age and era, a time frame, right? Aeon, okay, rulership under a nation of people. And according to Job 9:24, the wicked ruleth over the world, all right, ruleth over the earth, okay? So the wicked are the Edomites, okay? So now, this influence that Esau Edom has placed over the world, especially over women, women's liberation, feminism, okay, sexual liberation, so on and so forth. These ideologies and philosophies were greatly praised and pushed by many women, okay, simple women, right? The scripture says that the simple believeth every word. So a lot of simple women who went against the righteous order of things, against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And also effeminate, weak men. Men who joined these movements because, one, they were raised by single mothers to think and to act like women. And number two, you also had men that pushed, that promoted and aided in these movements because, you know, hey, that's the way they could get women, right? But overall, we're seeing the degradation, the deconstruction, and the destruction of the feminist ideologies and philosophies, okay? The once strong, independent, I don't need a man, I'm going to sleep around with any man mindset of these women are crashing. A lot of crash outs. We got women in their cars, homeless, okay? There was a article that came out a year back, or maybe a year or two back, about the jobs, the job market, you know, going badly for women. A lot of women have been fired. They had like this, what is called being fired in silence, right? Quiet firing or silence firing, something like that. You know, the homeless percentage for women have risen, okay? And the crazy thing about it is that, you know, even still to this day, when I scroll on TikTok, you know, I still see these platforms about how women are still talking crap about men, you know, while women are losing. So, you know, like the scripture says, you know, they under that strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And the delusion is very, very strong. And we see it. Hey, even other women are calling it out. They're finally admitting that these ideologies and these movements have failed them. Okay? Men have left the dating scene. Men have gone overseas. You have men that just want to be alone and be in peace. There was a viral video of a man that was sleeping in his car because he didn't want to deal with this woman, right? So the results that are viral are truly overshadowing the pseudo bravado of some women who still want to uphold these feminist concepts and ideologies and so on and so forth, where, hey, like I said, the majority of women are waking up and understanding that, yes, they need a man, right? That's when Isaiah 4:1 is going to come in. 7 women should take hold of 1 man. 7 just means completion, a complete amount of numbers, which also does not include that all women will be picked. And that's another thing too. You got women that that actually wake up to the understanding and they speak out against, you know, these strongholds that mold the mind of women in negative ways. They speak out against it. And you have women calling them pick-me's, right? So it just goes into jealousy. I believe that's let me grab this real quick. This where is it? This is 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 49. And it says, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. Right? A Proverbs 31 woman. A woman's whose worth is above all rubies. At the end of the day, these 304s, these SMEX workers, these corn stars truly envy virtuous women, because virtuous women, even though they are not promoted in this wicked queendom that promotes hypersexual women, that promotes sexually undisciplined women, sexual immoral women, okay? At the end of the day, the virtuous women are the ones that are being picked. The virtuous women are the ones who will be salvaged in the day of Jeremiah 37 when all hell breaks loose. While harlots and 304s and so on and so forth will be treated like dung. Okay? That's back in 2 Ezra's. Let me grab this real quick. Just under the spirit power y'all about Shemi Shai. Salaki, not 2 Ezra's, Sirach. Wow. Let's grab this. Sirach chapter 26. I saw the verse 22. It says, and harlot should be accounted as spittle. So a harlot's going to be treated as spit. Okay? Like garbage. Just like the rest of these women who think that giving opening their legs to men is going to provide them the best of the best. Where men have woken up and say, hey, you know what? If I can get this and then just bounce on them and they give it to me easily, well, hey, why not? So a lot of the women are being treated like spit, but at the end of the day, no one put a gun to your head to do these things, right? No one forced you to believe in sexual liberation. When Amber Rose had 4 slut walks, thousands of women, hundreds of thousands of women attended. And no, not hundreds of thousands attended physically, but you also had women who attended visually and also mentally. Okay? So, and it's crazy how the same type of women complain about being over-sexualized. You know? Being double-minded, unstable in all their ways, James 1 and 8. Sirach chapter 26, verse 22 in its entirety. And harlot shall be counted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. So, a married woman is saying that it's a tower against death. Now, I hear a lot of women say, oh, we're the givers of life, we're the bearers of this, we're the bearers of that, but yet your actions do not promote it. Your actions do not solidify that statement. Because if you were a truly defender of life, you would be a married woman to a man. A tower against death, right? Let's say that again. Let's bring it out again. Sirach 26:22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. So not only are you defending your husband, but you're also defending your reputation with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and also the world. Okay? I shouldn't say defending your reputation with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but you're building a better reputation with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? And you're also defending yourself from a bad reputation. There we go. Okay? A tower against her husband. Again, you're a helpmeet to the man. You want that man to truly take care of you and to truly love you, you have to show him respect, decency. Follow the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua like a virtuous woman. Okay? Teaching your young boys how to be like a virtuous man, a righteous man, a man of wisdom. And also teaching your young daughters, as it says in Titus, the 2nd chapter, how to be lovers of their children and their husbands. But when you go against these things, you go against the Heavenly Father. And the Father says, hey, okay, well, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And you're going to be brought down to a lower state. Okay, very low. Haughty women are brought down real low in these days, man. Yeah, I'm going to title that, as a matter of fact. So they brought down real low. They're crying in their cars. They're making tons of videos. Where are the men? Okay? And then you have you have chicks that expect a different outcome, but yet they still do the same things. There's plethora of videos of men telling women why they left. There's plenty of videos of men explaining they don't want to be called a creep when they approach women. They don't want to be sexually what's that word? Falsely accused sexually, right? They don't want to be accused of SA. You have women bringing up the grape word every time. You had the Me Too movement that was falsely accusing men. You also have women say, hey, I will always believe the woman over the man. That doesn't matter what happens. So men said, okay, well, cool. If you're that demonic, we're going to stay away from you. And now that that has happened, you have women that act like they don't understand. They're just oblivious as to what's going on. When yet they're supposed to be the all-knowing, more evolved, right? But yet all they have to do is look online to see what the heck is going on and why men are doing what they're doing, but they choose not to. Okay? Let's get back to it. Verse 23 of Sirach chapter 26, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Wicked women will be given to wicked men and vice versa. Okay? If you are wicked, you will be with the wicked. That's all to it. You have to examine yourself and change who you are. Now, this goes also for men as well. Okay? A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Many women say, I want a man of God, but yet they're walking out as harlots. You can't have it your way. You can't overcome what the Lord has solidified, man. Okay? That's just how it is. Everything that the Lord does, it is forever. As it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, man. It is forever. If you go against it, you're fighting against the Lord. And that you as the weaker vessel, it's not going to work. Verse 24, a dishonest woman contemns shade, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A woman that is honest will reverence and respect and love her husband. Not come online and embarrass him. All right, not make stupid prank videos of her deleting her boyfriend's video game profile or smashing the PS5 on the floor. Like, what's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all talk about how men are this and men are that, right? And y'all the more evolved, better species, but yet y'all are showing the same type of foolishness that a lot of men do. So what are you really what are you proving? You're proving that you could be more wicked and more violent than the men that you claim that are under you? That doesn't make any sense. Right? Again, going back into be double-minded. Job 39:17, for the Lord has not endowed her with wisdom, nor given her understanding. In the NIV, I believe it says he has not given her any good sense. Why is that? Because of a woman that lacks wisdom is a woman of folly. Okay? Let's continue. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Again, who are these shameless women? 304s, Smex workers, corn actresses, being degraded and being treated like crap, but yet still say that a man's supposed to respect them. Doesn't make any sense, man. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. So a woman who is discreet, chaste, that's a woman that fears Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's a woman who dwelleth in wisdom. Okay? The Lord loveth them who dwelleth in wisdom. All right? Verse 26, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. Your Jada Pickett's, right? Jada Pickett Smith's. Aisha Curry. Right? Gabrielle Union. All women that are supposed to uphold an image that they have evolved and have grown further than men, but yet still commit the same stupid acts that they accuse men of. Does that make any sense? Nope. It doesn't. So this is why Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is bringing down judgment upon you women, man. Okay? You're being repaid for the whoredom and harlotry that you push out. And what's funny is that a lot of you women who believe in the universe, you say that whatever you push out to the universe, you get back. But yet, when you push out wretchedness and receive wretchedness, you're crying and looking up to the sky and asking the Lord, why, Lord? Or you say there is no God. Right? Let me grab something real quick. This is 2 Ezra 15:55. It says, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Right? Now, yes, this is speaking of the idolatry of Israel, but we can also apply this in the situation. And this, hey, we're crying aloud and sparing not, and showing our people their transgressions and their sins. So we're speaking out to the women of the 12 tribes of Israel. You see them a lot, especially the women of Judah, the so-called African-American women, the so-called BLK women. And then it trickles down to the Benjamite woman, the so-called Jamaican, the Levite woman, the so-called Haitian woman. And then you have the other Northern Kingdom women, right? The so-called Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Seminole Indian, and Native American woman. Okay? Again, 2 Ezra 15:55, the reward of thy bosom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. So that shame is going to be inside of you, and you're going to receive that recompense. Job said, those who sow of wickedness reap it the same, roughly paraphrasing, right? As you women always say in the universe, you put out in the universe and you get it back. You manifest. But guess what? If you manifest wickedness, what are you going to get? Very simple. Okay? Very simple. So again, to you virtuous women, they're hating on you. They call you pick-me's, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? Let that be, take that as a compliment. Because when all hell break loose and you see dead bodies everywhere, you want to be picked by the men of the Lord. You want to be saved. Okay? While the rest of these women are running around, getting snatched up by men for sexual pleasure and being sold as commodity. Right? When you have a lot of these women who falsely accuse men being tracked down because those men want revenge, so on and so forth. Virtuous women will be picked by the men of the Lord. That's just all to it. Because the men of the Lord will have righteous and perfect discernment. Discernment means the ability to judge correctly. Okay? So again, you have men who's going to seek revenge because they get with another woman and their ex tracks that woman down and kills them. You've heard, there's been plenty of cases of that, man, right? Let's go back to Sirach. Chapter 26, right? Sirach 26:6, it says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicated with all. So now, from what you not, I'm not speaking of the righteous women, but I'm speaking of women that's still in the world. From what you women push out, you all are one, right? You all accommodate each other. You all put life into each other, right? You always say that, oh, we women, we're together, we stand together, but then y'all still have that competition, that jealousy, right? And I noticed, which I've noticed for a long time, the only time you women really truly unite is to take down men. And then once that mission is accomplished, you women hate each other. You women lie to each other about your looks. Okay? Your friend looks like crap, but you lie to her. Why? Because you want the attention of men. The same attention of men that you claim that you do not want. Okay? Men have woken up to this, man. This is why you women are lonely now. This is why you have women on the dating apps with 6 kids trying to strong arm and manipulate men. You call men narcissists, but yet you want men that you don't even want to lust and and drool over you. That's narcissism. Okay? But the men who actually walk away, you call them narcissists? It's crazy, man. I want to continue in Sirach chapter 26. I want to jump down to verse 8. It says, a drunken woman and gather abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. We're seeing that you had women trying to following the steps of the so-called, passport bros. Women are going to Jamaica, making videos saying that, they're mad because the Benjamite men won't eat the poom poom, right? You had one chick that went to a so-called white man, and the guy was like, yo, I'm just not into y'all. And she was all sad face, so on and so forth, man. Women are shooting their shots in the gym and getting turned down. Okay? All types of shame is being placed on them, man. And it's because y'all walked in great pride. Y'all were very haughty. Okay?